Hi, this is Brian from Provision Studios, and today we are going to make a video on how to use the effects on a Soundcraft Signature Series console. This is a special request video. I was asked to show step by step how to get the effects to be turned on the Soundcraft Signature Series console, used with audio that you're passing through the console, and then printed into a session. We're using Pro Tools today, and the song that I'll be using for this example will be a song I wrote called Low. So I'm going to get right into it. Right here on the console, you can see each channel has two blue controls, and they coincide with the double Lexicon effects processing. So you got effect 1 and effect 2, and it's the same on each channel. You have effect 1 and effect 2. So what these rotary dials do is they send the amount of signal going through the channel into each of the two effects engines. So how you would send a signal into the effects processor would be you would turn your dial on channel 1, and what this would do is this would send your and what is that? That's your full 10 dB. That sends a full 10 decibel signal into your effects 1 processor, and then same way right here you would send 10 dB into your effects 2 processor. And how you do that is on each of the two engines, you can scroll through, and when you find something you like, let's say you want tremolo, you can find it, you hit, and then you push down on the button, and then that locks in the tremolo effect on your effect engine 1. Same with effect engine 2. You scroll through, when you find something you like, plate and chorus, you push down on it, and it locks that in. So now effects 2 is plate and chorus, effects 1 is tremolo. So what I've done is I've got, through channel 1, I'm sending 10 decibels to each of the two effects. And then here on the console, you've got effects return 1 and effects return 2. This is the amount that you are going to send through to your outputs. So the routing here is master, group 1, 2, and group 3, 4. So once I get audio passing through here, we're going to show how to route that. So for right now, let me get this back to plate and this back. All right, so I've got both of these back to the default. I'm going to turn these back down, and I'm going to now pass audio into channels 1 and 2. I'm going to do a stereo example. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my drums and my bass, and I'm going to route them to analog 1, 2. So right now, for the sake of this tutorial, I'm just going to process the bass and drums through channels 1 and 2. All right, so seeing how we are going through the console here, we have to create, the first thing we have to do is we have to create a auxiliary track. So I'm going to go track new. I want a stereo aux input track, and I'm going to call this print aux. Okay, I'm going to solo safe it by hitting command and then hitting the solo button. That makes it solo safe. All right, and then my input of that is going to be my print track, which is analog 2324 on the soundtrack console. I've renamed mine print in my I/O settings. which I've covered in other videos. And then on my output, I'm going to select new track. I want that to be a stereo audio track, and I'm going to call it print track. That too will be solo saved. I'm going to input monitor it, and its output is going to be my master out. Okay. All right. So now I'm going to hit play in Pro Tools, and we are going to get the bass and the drums through the Soundcraft console. Let's solo those up. Alright, so I'm going to select Spring as my effect. So I've scrolled down on my effect 1, highlighted Spring, and I pressed it down. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn up on both the left and right channel effect 1 so that there is a certain signal flow going into the effects processing, Lexicon processing. Now next, because I'm working on effects 1, I'm going to turn it up. And now I'm going to choose my routing. Where do I want to send that effect to? I'm going to send group 1, 2. So there you can hear the spring reverb coming through. Alright, now, so that I don't have both my music and my effects flowing into the same channel, I'm going to choose group 3, 4. I'm going to turn group 3, 4 up, and I'm going to send them out to the master. I'm going to increase the amount of signal going into my effects engine. Hall and chorus. What if I wanted to add another effect? On the Signature 22 multi-track, you have 2 effects engines. So I can scroll through. I'm going to select the 2-second delay. Now over back on my channels 1 and 2, I'm going to turn my effects engine up again, the signal into the effects engine 2, and then over here on my effects return, I'm going to turn that up. Again, I want to route that to group 3 and 4 so that it stays out of the main mix and allows me to blend the 2. I'm going to turn off effects 1 so we can just give the delay. Alright, so that's how you use the effects engine, the Lexicon effects engine inside the Signature console. Now, if you wanted to print that, it's very simple. You just hit record here, and I'm going to scroll down. So right here, here's the print track. If I were to hit record, so we're tracking. So that's how you use the Lexicon effects engine inside of the Soundcraft Signature Series consoles. The process from here would be the same for any track. If you wanted to affect your whole mix, you could just send them out in stems, send the signal to each from each stereo stem into the effects processor with the level you want, and then bounce that all down to a single stereo track. You can bounce out each stem individually if you know the effect you want to put on each track. Let's say you want a tremolo on the guitar, but you want a slap back on the bass or the vocal. You could do that separately by either having separate stems or doing each track separately on the two effects engines you have on the 22 multi-track. So you could do effects engine A or effects engine 1 could be your tremolo, and effects for your guitar, and effects engine 2 could be your slapback for your vocals, and you could print that all in one pass, or you could do each group, instrument group or stem separate, processing the effects engines, changing up the settings and the sends and however you wanted to blend the original track with the effects that way. Also, again, we were using our groups here. You don't have to use groups at all. You could just send everything right into the master. I like the added control that the groups that are built into the routing on the board. I love the flexibility it gives you. Again, it allowed me to set the signal strength I wanted to send into the processor, but then I was able, because I sent the effects on a separate group than the main mix, I was actually able to control the how wet the mix was from the Lexicon effects. So I hope that answers any questions anyone may have had about how to use the Lexicon effects on the console. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to leave a comment below, or you can email me at bbuck822@gmail.com. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. I have a couple more videos I'm going to be making over the Christmas holiday, because I have about 4 or 5 requests that were given that I'm going to try to get those knocked out while I have some downtime from work. So again, if you have any questions at all, don't hesitate to get up with me. I hope everyone is having a pleasant holiday. Spend some time with your friends and family. That's what the holidays are for. And if you come up with any video ideas that you'd like to see, you can leave them in the comments section or email me as well. I'll try to get a video made as soon as I can. And until the next video, I hope everyone has a great holidays, Merry Christmas, Kwanzaa, whatever it is that you celebrate. I hope that you're having a joyous time celebrating that with your friends and family. Bye-bye now.